What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK. dr.blick, the darkest man around. And today, guys, I'll be talking about Dragon Ball FighterZ with Vengeful Wilberg himself, Mr. Tekken 101. Say hello to the people, man.
Oh, thank you so much for the introduction. And Blick is right. I am just Tekken. So, yo, if you guys enjoy fighting games and you love Tekken, well, you know where to find me. But enough of that. We're going to go in with this video because I'm actually very excited to do this video because, hey, I am like Blick's right-hand knick-knock, so it's like that. Well, sorry to cut you off there. You know, it's like that. It's like that. What was that? That D3 and reel-to-reel combo, bruh.
Oh my gosh! But today we are going to be talking about the confirmation of Trunks being confirmed in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Obviously, it's not really a surprise because when was the last time Trunks has not been in a Dragon Ball game on console? Like, you can't really think of a Dragon Ball game without Trunks. But we got a scan that pretty much confirmed him playable. But today, me and Venge are more so going to discuss his form that he has in Dragon Ball Super called Super Saiyan Rage or Super Saiyan Kari, depending on how you want to translate it or say it. It doesn't really matter. Either way, it's right. But yeah, Venge, what's your thoughts? Do you think it's possible for them to implement this in, or do you think it's unlikely?
Just based on what we've seen thus far, it's highly likely because of the fact that, you know, people were speculating that Golden Frieza was not going to be in the game, especially seeing Frieza only in his final form, but the in-game footage actually showed Frieza actually transformed into Golden Frieza. So I feel like there's definitely a high chance, high probability that spit's gonna happen.
Yeah, I actually totally agree with that because one of the things that stood out to me when looking at Frieza's gameplay, especially him transforming, it really does open the door for other characters to have transformation, of course. Like when you see Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, all of them were all in Super Saiyan. Even Gohan, when he was in base Super Saiyan, he transformed into Super Saiyan 2. It looks like all of them are going to transform into Super Saiyan from the go. So it kind of, I'm not confirming that there's no base forms, but it kind of seems like it kind of scratches out base forms and more so focuses on the Super Saiyan part. So if that is the case with Trunks, there is a possibility that Super Saiyan could be something that he already starts off with. And if that's the case, based on how the gauges work, the bars, which I think it goes up to 7, correct me if I'm wrong, Venge, I think the gauge goes up to 7, around about that there. But
yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, so with that, him having Super Saiyan Rage is a high possibility based on the fact Frieza's got golden form. If Trunks is gonna start off as Super Saiyan and you want to give him a power up, you want to give him an increase, or they can just link it into an ultimate, but it looks like he's gonna have Heat Dome attack, so it kind of crosses that out a little bit. But if he does have Super Saiyan Rage, there's one thing that would actually fit it perfectly is the cooldown. Venge, have you noticed how every character, especially with Frieza that has a transformation, he has a cooldown? So he crouches on one knee and he looks like he has a cooldown. Apparently they had something like that in Guilty Gear in terms of a cooldown when characters transform. Am I correct? Am I wrong? Take it from here.
Actually, you're correct. One of the easiest and most obvious examples that I can use is one of the main protagonists of Guilty Gear, of the Guilty Gear series, and this was even before Xrd, where Soul Bad Guy actually has the ability to transform into his gear form. But the strange thing is, well, it wasn't necessarily his full-on gear form. It was more like his powered up state. It's like, that's what it was, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, there was, and it was when Soul Bad Guy is in this powered up state for a certain period of time, when it goes off, you know, he's literally on one knee holding his head like he's dizzy or whatnot, and it leaves him open for a hot second. So yeah, you are most certainly correct.
Hey. And another thing that I noticed before anyone tries to debunk this, it looks like Trunks was wearing the same gi that he wore back in Dragon Ball Z with fighting games, where like outfits, costumes, all of that stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So even if he is wearing that, it's not a good basis outline to debunk it, because like Venge can vouch for me when it comes to fighting games, especially Guilty Gear. They're not really heavy on costumes and customization options in terms of different outfits. The closest customization option you get is different coloring of the outfit, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, you don't get fooled by the outfit, like in the sense that, oh, because he's wearing clothes from Z, it doesn't mean he's gonna have Super Saiyan Rage. I mean, I think it can work. I feel like if they want to get people hyped and excited, if we do get another trailer showing that off, will be cool. And seeing the electricity, because really with Gohan having that electricity, that's the first time I've really seen the electricity stand out and look good on Gohan, especially in Super Saiyan 2. That was really dope to me. So seeing Trunks getting Super Saiyan Rage, it'll be great to see. And yeah, I would actually really like to see it. And if there's a possibility, we might see that the Genki Dama, which he infuses into his sword. But I feel like I'm kind of stretching it a bit. I feel like I'm kind of stretching it a bit, because in the screenshots it looked like he was doing Heat Dome attack. But we don't know how many ultimates are going to be in the game. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say. Ben, you got anything else to add to it?
I think the only thing that I can say at this point is, like, since this game isn't even out yet, there's a lot of things that could be subject to change, especially with the inclusion of, you know, like Golden Frieza. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities out there. Even the whole idea of having like super DLC characters, if they go that route, that could be a possibility. I mean, like, the possibilities is endless, but one of the things that I definitely want to add is what you just mentioned about the costumes. And yes, like, it's definitely a good idea not to be fooled and think that we're actually going to get a customization feature when it comes to costumes, because more than likely that's not going to happen. Like you said, Blick, I actually agree with that. Like, the best thing that could, or the more realistic thing that could actually happen, is just the possible ability to customize the coloring of your character. I feel like that's the main thing that they would possibly do, because I remember Arc System Works doing something such.
Oh yeah,
they've
done it with the demo.
past.
Just to put that out there, they've done it with the demo, so it's already been done. Like, they did it in the demo. You can change the colors of like what Team Gohan, for example, was wearing. So it's already there. It's already there.
I meant more like custom colors. Like, you can actually go in and change the color palette of the characters yourself.
Okay.
That's what I was referring to.
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean. But another thing I want to ask you, a lot of people may be upset that I say that there's a possibility of them not putting base form Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, all of that stuff. A lot of people may be upset about that. I just want to get your quick, brief thoughts about that. Like, is it an issue? Is it a problem? Or people that are gonna be upset about it are reading too much into the lines of like not having them? Like, what's your standpoint on that? If it happens.
Yeah, this is a tough question to answer, but to be real here, I feel like they're just making too much of a big deal out of it. The fact that we don't see a base form Goku. I mean, the thing is, they have to take this and just, you know, deal with it, because this is not your typical Dragon Ball game. Like, this is the one thing that people has to understand. I mean, like, there's a certain way that every development team works. And then also another thing you gotta look into is just how much is Bandai Namco involved when it comes to the creative aspect of this game. I don't feel like they're involved in it that much. They may provide some input here and there, but at the end of the day, the ones that are designing this game is Arc System Works, and they have a way to do things. And since this is more geared towards a crowd that's more into the competitive aspect of gaming, I feel like that's not going to happen because of the fact that they have roster limits. I mean, the roster isn't going to be mega huge like some people hope. For example, I feel like Raditz is just not going to be one of those characters that they're going to put in the roster. I mean, look at all the characters in the demo. There isn't one character in that demo that is pretty, you know, pretty weak. But I mean, there is the probability of seeing maybe like some of the Earth special forces, like maybe Krillin, Tien. But it just seems like we're seeing nothing but heavy hitter type characters. It's hard to say what's going to happen because we're dealing with a completely different community. It's like a strange clash of competitive gaming and anime people. So it's pretty unpredictable, and I'm gonna, you know, shut my yap there.
Yeah, but as a whole, Trunks being confirmed is no surprise because he's a really popular character, and the whole community would have flipped if he wasn't in the game. Like, literally everyone would have flipped. The fighting game community would have been like, okay, he's not there. As long as the gameplay is good, as long as it's competitive, well, we can go on with this. But the anime side of things would be flipping, getting angry. Bandai will be getting death threats. Like, they'll be running up to Japan, bro, shooting, guns blazing, people's cheeks being torn off in the crowd. Like, we don't need that to happen. We don't need that to happen. So, I'm making bad guy here. So, yeah, let me just wrap up this video. So, please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please leave a like rating please leave a like rating if you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'll catch you next one. Bye.
Hey, before we end this right quick, I know this is crazy, but I just got to throw this out there since, you know, this type of video is going to be up on my channel in some form. To my viewers out there that actually watched the entire video, my hat's off to you. So if you enjoy like skits, you enjoy anime content, and you're interested in One Piece, I highly suggest checking out Dr. Blick's channel. So yeah. If you don't do that, I'm gonna shoot you. Let me stop.
Oh, no. But yeah, let me just end this video.